Hello, it's your favorite FGC VTuber here with the Chibi Nezuko. Today what we're going to be discussing, and the Chibi Nezuko is not moving its mouth. Why would you? Oh, never mind, it is. The Chibi Nezuko, it moves. Anyways, getting distracted by the Chibis again. My favorite activity. So we're going to be covering a lot of topics in one go right now, currently. There's a lot of crap that happened on Twitter, because you know how they are. The idiotic morons that they are. But we're here to cover some FGC controversy, obviously, as by the Chibi Nezuko. Now, enough dilly-dally. Let's actually get into I have like two fucking keyboards here. So one of the first ones I want to talk about is, you guys, hopefully in the thumbnail you guys get a good idea what's going on. Oh my god, this is lagging. It's ass off! I'm multitasking, so that's probably why it's cheeky. As long as the game is good, I don't give a flying fuck about the graphics. So, I should state that I am a definitely gameplay over graphics person, especially 1000% gameplay over story, hands down, right? But I believe a big style over graphics, and I mean, yeah, again, that's not the whole thing, but the problem is to say I don't care about graphics. My boy James Chen came with the fact we need to stop pretending this is true. At least in the FGC, we clearly very care much about what the game looks like. I mean, I think everybody does, especially towards the after seeing what happened with KOF and MBCI, games that look bad still have a niche player basis, but the biggest games player-wise will always have good graphics. Absolutely, everything is like, there's a baseline of how much graphics you have to have. Like, you can't look like ass or just some mediocre shit. And your has to at least be, I think the art has to definitely be better or carry the graphics. There are times, sadly, where we have to admit, like, the game can have little to no art style, but if it has good graphics, people will play it, even if it doesn't have a good gameplay. That's just the reality when it comes to sales, sadly. It doesn't mean it's a good game by any means. And then, of course, I've seen it in the discourse that people are just being idiots. Graphics were a huge part of it. Chun's face hurt a lot. Yeah, yep, no. And again, that's just bad art style, really bad art direction. And people out here debating that they're like, oh, whatever, like, people telling me art style and graphics are two different things. It's like, yes, as someone who's grown up, like, when we mean graphics, it's very clear that we're talking about, oh, you know, graphics, right? But in general, too, when we talk about just graphics as not, like in a technical term, yeah, that's just what graphics is. Art and graphics aren't the same thing, like, at all. It's in the name, you know, graph. But for a lot of older heads that didn't grow up with a lot of these technical terms, and even to some people, when we think graphics, the way most normies use it and a lot of boomers use it, it's like both intertwined in one. So I got what he meant, and at the end of the day, my whole thing is that graphics does matter. Like, it does. Ignoring art style, like you can have it, like I said before, you can have a game with really fucking good graphics and mid art style, and it'll be fine, right? And even if it has shit gameplay, like, and the sad reality is your game could have really good art and really good gameplay, but if the graphics aren't to snuffs, a lot of people will fucking drop that shit, right? Like, graphics are a core fundamental part for visuals and even gaming, right? Because it's the first thing you fucking see. Like, it's the most important thing you should work on, but it's not the most important thing you should focus on, if that makes sense. Number one is obviously, not graphics, right? It's obviously making the game work. That's the most important thing. Someone who's actually a developer. But after that, what's the baseline, you know, performance, this and that, you know, it's a lot of consideration. It's an art. And then from there, okay, cool. I mean, you generally have a thought process. Like, you generally have a thought process where the art is and the graphics kind of follow. That's why, again, art over graph, which is the other thing is I do want to mention, even if you do focus on that, you'll notice the games that have a very hard focus on graphics don't tend to age very fast. But whole point being is you have to have a baseline. Like, if you look like you're not even part of that era, like you look kind of out of date, people will call you out for that shit. I feel, though, in the modern day, that doesn't matter as much. Like, when I hear someone say, oh, PS3 graphics, I take that as a compliment, not an insult, you know? And the thing is, too, how you know that he's kind of right. When people think PS1, PS2 graphics, they think of, like, the best games of that era. So even then, in a sense, it's not like an insult, right? So I think inherently, I can see his point where graphics is kind of intertwined with art, because of a style that's associated with it, right? Because we just know that bad games that's just a bad game, if that makes sense, right? But generally, especially when people say graphics, they're referring to, like, the poly count or maybe the texture quality. When we hear PlayStation, we're like, man, dude, PS2 games look fucking good, you know, because of the art style and what it did for its time, right? But that's that controversy. Is a game is good, but I do give a fuck about the graphics. I absolutely do. I think graphics are important, but they're not the most important, right? Like I said, they're important, but not the focus. Now, another one is the Japanese. If you're at EVO this year and you have, by any means, if JP players in your pools, offer snacks, bottles, dinner, 25 USD is currently 4K JP yen, about $40 purchase. So basically, I get the sentiment. Sucks for our JP brothers, but, like, dude, we're all struggling. I'm gonna say this: we're all struggling, and people are like, oh man, oh, what about me? What about me? And also, so it seems condescending. The Japanese people offered yada yada. True, makes sense. And what about other countries? And then there's a funny one that says, oh, me and the Latin America. Also, make a rule that taking food in complete strangers, folks, help that badly, give these players money, right? The only problem I have with this is, as a community, is we pretend only Japan exists. I mean, yeah, most Japanese players who attend EVO Pros are richer than most Americans who attend. Absolutely, they don't really need the money. This is why. And also, we have EVO Japan. And little money, but pretend those exist to help out Japan, right? And even says, all Latin American brothers. Yeah, so basically, I get the mindset, but like, come on, bro. And yeah, Japan is during third recession, but yeah, seriously, help us, especially like us Latin America. I mean, everybody. I'll say this much. And oh, even someone felt really booty hurt. I seen them like, hey, yo, us Middle Eastern and African, like, do not, and it's true, dude. Like, they get absolutely no recognition at all. And I gotta give biggest shout outs, obviously, to the Middle East for really holding it down in KOF. And Tekken. Africa's really trying their hardest. Like, they're living on hard mode, man. But Latin America in general is getting fucked. So it's all for my fellow non-Japanese Americans. You know, I feel you, you know. To me, my solution is, I would say, is we just need more big events out there. And the problem is Capcom in themselves. I mean, bro, think about it. Like for Latin America, it was like, okay, all of Latin America, Mexico. We had our own. We got lucky that we get recognized as one of the most recognized countries in Latin America, for sure. So we had our own bracket. And then I was like, all right, everybody else, you guys fight for the spot for Latin America. It's like, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, damn, suck a dick for y'all. But at the end of the day, you also do got to consider when it comes to some of these things is like, there just isn't as big of a player base in reality. Let's, you know, it's very dedicated people, but it's not. And then on top of it, also, money kind of does count. At the end of the day, you know, the problem is that the USD is just so much stronger. And then also, like, not that many people are dedicated, right? Like, there's a lot of players that be willing to go out for KOF to travel, both in the Middle East and Mexico. Well, I think Middle East, they can do it far more. But, like, shit, it's tough. It's just tough. There's no real sponsorship things out there in Mexico for us. Like, so part of it's also the country in itself. But that's in the future. Hopefully Saudi Arabia will patch that problem. I think you get a lot of people. But yeah, no, we're all, to me, it's like, bro, just don't be giving, we're all fucked, bro. So if you're going EVO, you have money, right? The bigger thing is like, yeah, it sucks, you know, we're all fucked. But at the end of the day, I think what matters more is, because in my opinion, I feel like EVO is just nowhere near the premier event anymore. I'd rather Combo Breaker, and I have my own beef with that. But honestly, it's up to us as a community to be able to do what our best is. And we'll see in the future. Right now, it's just, money is a problem. At the end of the day, it's a problem. Like, right now, focus on feeding yourself and family over... See, and then, oh, Mexican KOF player who spent years' work salary to come at EVO. Yeah, water. Food, water. And then the last controversy I want to talk about is this one right fucking here. Oh, because I seen this and I was like, I agree. I'm a huge Lilith fan. By the way, shout outs to any Lilith cosplayers. Though I feel like when it comes to Morgan and Lilith, I'm very picky. Like, I respect them. But I get picky because I'm like, they're not as gorgeous. And like, they never will be. They're literally succubuses, right? So, whatever. She was real for this. Says, I have a flat chest and a big butt, and of course my fans love me. I don't think her ass is that fat. Also, there's a limit. Like, if you have, like, no chest, you can only have so much ass, because, like, you know, it's fat, you know? But regardless, no, I just, like I'm a flat chest lover. I mean, her ass is fine. Morgan's is better. That's not a cap. Come on now, woman. And that's why, again, Morgan's big. Anyways, I'm getting into this. She did not say that. Wait, what do you want about? It's literally right there. Or, wait. Okay, let's keep it real. None of us play Darkstalkers, so to see if this, like, why would she ever say too horny? Like, what? Dude, bro, it's a succubus. Are you high? They would say some shit. Yeah, mind you, she's a sex. Literally, that's what a succubus is. And then someone said some stupid shit. Succubus and Starstalkers are fun and excitement junkies, not sexy. Maybe specifically, but, and I remember there's a story that what was it? That they didn't know what succubuses were in Japan, and then when they did, they were all on board for making more again. So even if this is the end production, homie, this was the origin and the intent. So I'm gonna have to ask you a cap on that. NBC's go to wait, what? Mischaracterization? No, it's not. Oh well, that's fine. Like if you're gonna say, no, I mean yeah, no, obviously they have more characteristics. Succubi and Darkstalkers are fun and exciting. See, if he said not just sex demons, I mean unless he forgot to put, but no, to say that they're not sex demons, like that's cap. Like, it's just like, oh, Darkstalker scoping, then no one plays they shit. There's no point in looking at anyone's opinion when it has to do with anything like this horny or necessary in fans. Like, bro, Lilith was designed to have... Wait, really? Interesting. I mean, literally. Thank you. Do people not know the entire reason? Thank you. Her name is Lilith and a succubus. Like, come on, y'all. Thank you. Wait, who said that shit? I still forgot pornography of gaslighting me thinking Lilith was... Wait, what pornography did you watch? Succubi and Darkstalkers aren't really about sex, though. And sadly, people don't really play Dark. Like, bro, it's just, like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, just because you change it, like, people, like, you can't just change the meaning of what it actually. They're not about, yeah, succubi, gain life. But again, at the end of the day, it's like, of course, they're gonna make jokes about it. Like, I don't know why they're getting so booty hurt. Also, look at her design. All I gotta say is look at the design. I don't know why people are making a big controversy. Like, okay, cool, I learned something new that Darkstalker succubi aren't just about sucking dick for PP energy or some bullshit, which, I mean, I can see it. I mean, they're very energetic and outgoing, so it's not... But, like, the fact that y'all gonna get mad butthurt about it, like, dude, they still are sex demons. Like, come on, dude. They just changed it so they can make it rated T, bro. Like, that's the honest truth, bro. If you want to be real, it's because they made it just so they could sell it to everybody else. Anyways, that is, I believe, all the topics for today. Remember, if you feel like subscribe, and I'm always based on... Look at this bitch! Thick as fuck! Oh my god, this is great right here. Blocking does not do any damage. Your turn only ends if you choose to block. Yeah, there you go. Anyways, Feel free to like, subscribe. This one was a bit long, but hopefully you guys enjoy the Chibi Nezuko. We'll be seeing her a lot more just because I think it's funny. If you have, remember, take it easy and remember every day's great Chibi.